All right, I'm not back at my old place. This is a blue screen, so let's get that out of the way. I'm still setting up the new place. So, let's get on with it. In 1993, I discovered that video games can be scary. Low poly count, awkward controls, minimal sound, yet it still managed to create a chilling atmosphere. It was a game I regretted playing alone, in the dark. It was never perfect. The controls and gameplay were primitive by today's standards, and some of the puzzles were just insane. But it was still groundbreaking, paving the way for future horror games and their own horrible movie adaptations. Alone in the Dark was about a private detective trapped in a house with horrifying Lovecraftian monsters. Each encounter needed its own solution, either by puzzle solving, combat, or good old-fashioned running for your life. You'd think this would make an excellent movie. In the right hands? Maybe. Probably. These were not the right hands. Uwe Boll. He seems to like video game adaptations a lot. I get the feeling he never played any of them. He often funded his movies through German tax incentives. This way his movies were still able to make money for his investors, despite being terrible. He's also been known to challenge his critics to boxing. So maybe if I do this movie, it's not in my best interest? What the hell, I can take him. This is Alone in the Dark. Disclaimer, I do not actually want to box Uwe Boll.
In 1967, mine workers discovered the first remnants of a long-lost Native American civilization, the Abkhani.
It's not Star Wars, and you can tell because the crawl isn't yellow and this already sucks.
A world of light and a world of darkness.
Like Vegas.
The Abkhani opened a gate between these worlds.
Idiots.
Before they could close it, something evil slipped through.
Amy Schumer. Bureau 713. A government agency is collecting their artifacts, etc., etc. Evil scientists, experiments on orphans, etc., etc. Remember that filmmaker rule, show, don't tell? Uwe Boll didn't.
These children have been specially selected.
This is that evil scientist, Matthew Walker, as Professor Lionel Hudgens. He's here to collect some orphans.
Just do what we agreed.
Way to protect those kids, sister.
You call the police and you tell them the children have disappeared.
They just disappeared.
This is from the Bible, cover thy butt. One gets away. He hides in the worst place possible, a little boy's eyeball. Little Edward Carnby grows up to be Big Edward Carnby, played by Christian Slater. Seriously?
Did you have a nightmare?
Yeah, I keep seeing the battered faces of little boys that talk to me without permission.
My mommy says that there's nothing to be afraid of in the dark.
Except for the descent, darkness falls, lights out, pitch black.
Your mother's wrong, kid.
And Santa's bullshit, too.
So maybe you're thinking I'm an asshole scaring that kid for no reason. But I'm just trying to protect him.
I guess the bitch slap was a little far.
Just because you can't see something doesn't mean it can't kill you.
Like tapeworms. You could have one right now and not know it. Sweet dreams.
When I was 10, I lost my memory. I know something bad happened back then at the orphanage.
You better hope it's just monsters. I can't believe I passed this. I'm like pulled pork down there. He's followed by the Wish version of Jesse Ventura. So I guess the ride's free? Stay here while I jump clear. My spine!
You alright?
Fuck you!
They get into a badly edited fight. Right into a pile of roast ducks. Look for more locally owned businesses to trash. This is for very bad things. This is for mobsters. This turns out to be a geological mugging, but Edward has no time for physics.
Round one, fight!
Thank goodness, a cop. Never mind, I'll handle it. Uh-oh, you zoomed in too close. Time to put you on ice. But he's finally killed by an OSHA violation. Better leave. There will be questions. This is Tara Reid as Dr. Aline Sedrak, here to take a delivery of Abkhani artifacts and exposition.
What the hell's Abkhani? It's an ancient Native American civilization. Disappeared. This is Aileen Cedric.
I have a boyfriend. I'm on a boat. I'm on a boat. Here's Hudgens again, and they just found a big gold coffin. Left a submarine in the water too long, and it shrank.
Clarence, I like you. I always have. Always will.
Nobody, I'm home. The rubber gloves show you he's serious. Turns out that rock he'd been hauling around contained a thing. Logging onto eBay. I'm still on a boat. Open the coffin already. The coffin is gold, so that means whatever's inside is even more valuable. Because logic.
Throw him in there! No!
Maybe the box is the treasure? You ever stop and think about that? The crew mutinies and locks the doctor inside so they can take the booty themselves. Yar! They open it, of course, and letting out Pandora's migraine. And waking up people all over the local vicinity.
I must kill the queen.
I must kill Papschbeer.
I must kill Frank Drebin. I must kill Frank Drebin.
But he can't say he didn't warn them. The big box is missing its main feature, but the doc is after what they smuggled through customs. Meanwhile, at Bureau 713, a government agency that watched too much X-Files as a kid, Stephen Dorff as Burke, the leader of B713. That's a terrible name. I guess he worked himself up from Bureau 712. It's just a stepping stone to Bureau 714. I'm sure this isn't the first time he's woken up on the floor with a headache. I'm talking about Christian Slater, not this character. All these people seem to know each other.
Did he tell you he was leaving me?
Of course not.
Newly single, jackpot. They were from the same orphanage.
I need your help. I want to find the others.
I'll get their files.
Confidentiality be damned.
Why did I agree to this?
I don't know, blame your agent?
Track down the 3 you asked me about.
Who's this 4th one? Oh, that's just for me. Edward hits up Lee next. She likes the rough stuff. I have a boyfriend. She's a sucker for kidney stones and Abkhani artifacts.
If you want someone to build a puzzle, why would you hide the pieces so far apart?
Maybe because you don't want to put them together? Strange things start happening. Ready to kill the next person to say hello in a dark room.
Hello?
Bye.
Hello?
Luckily, whatever it is only affects certain lights, so it's never dark enough to be creepy or create any sort of tension.
Come on, go, go!
Just run. We'll put the creature in post. What? We're out of money? Okay, just run. Great hiding strategy. Hang out in the window with a blazing flashlight.
You alright?
It's okay. I've had worse from my plastic surgeon. Suddenly, they're rescued by SEAL Team Bureau 729. I keep forgetting their number.
The hell are you doing here, Carnby?
They used to work together. Do you care? Moving on.
We've got this under control. Thank you.
Edward crashes the autopsy on the guy that tried to kill him at the beginning.
Did you start eating without me?
This is Fisher, played by Frank C. Turner, seemingly Edward's only friend. He's got a centipede-like creature implanted on his spine, so when he fell on that thing, it severed the centipede, and it killed it and allowed it to kill the guy.
What?
Hey, stop setting off my stud finder. Edward also has one of these critters, but it died when he was electrocuted as a kid. Or he forgot to feed it. I don't know, kids. The boss is back in town.
Why are you still here?
Overtime? Where'd he get one of those? The doc gives himself a hot knee injection of the creature's blood. The critters are called xenoms. They hate certain kinds of light, they hate gold, and they hate glow-in-the-dark bullets. Edward also gets a makeup mirror that can detect them. Aline drops by to bug Edward. Bug. Get it? Bug. I know that music. The soundtrack to every made-for-TV movie love scene. And I do mean made-for-TV. Sure, you can have spines ripped out left and right, but no boobs. Witness the true romance while he pumps up the volume all over her untamed heart. Hollow Man 2. The doc makes a house call and gives Fisher a baby creature. Just be happy this is the end he went with. So the artifacts snap together like a puzzle, but don't take my word for it.
Seems all the pieces fit together.
Flashing lights mean a creature is nearby, or maybe it's just a rave.
Baby.
They're attacked by monster orphans. Eat laser bullets, sucker! Well, that makes cleanup a snap. The lights go out and we get a baffling sequence. Just see for yourself.
Mark, what are you doing?
What the?
B, whatever the fuck their number is, show up to assist. God, I need an e-cigarette. But more killer orphans attack, and B69 loses members. You know, if you hide the action from the audience, this allows you to save money on visual effects.
We get this place locked up now.
Science flies on the way, Commander.
That's right.
Did they just do a Batman transition? They narrate their way to an old-fashioned mine near their orphanage. B420 once investigated this place, but didn't find anything. The guy in charge was this guy. I guess he found something after all and kept it all to himself. They're setting up, and I guess we're gonna watch every goddamn second of it. Mine. Did I put on aliens by mistake?
Yeah, man, but it's a dry heat.
That doesn't even make sense. Abkhani symbols are everywhere, and this one says if you were Abkhani, you'd be home by now. Hey, look! I found a trapdoor!
We gotta go down there.
He's got my keys. Shoot up a little monster goo, and suddenly you're in charge. The B-12 team outside are not safe. No wonder you're not hurting anything. The bullets weren't added until post. This is a raging gun battle between soldiers and monsters. How do you make this bland?
I don't think we're supposed to be here.
What was your first hint? A baby graboid kills one of the team, and sorry, Lieutenant never knew your name.
Something tells me we're not the first ones down here.
Or they forgot to finish that part of the set and they just went with it.
Let's blow it, Bar.
Yes, sir. I mean the wall. I hope that isn't load bearing. Finally, some sexy time. It must have been huge. Ow! Ancient hospitals of the Abkhani. Remember those experiments on orphans? Pretend you do. Well, this is where it happened. So it was all done by Bureau 69. These guys they work for caused the thing they're trying to stop.
We've been trying to stop something. They created the whole time.
Go for that Oscar.
My guys are dying out there for nothing. For fucking nothing! God damn it!
Overactor!
Great, you found a doorknob. Want a cookie? The artifact is a key, but to what? Better not risk it.
We trust the Abkhani.
But Dr. Bullet Waster gets the drop on them. He takes the artifact and opens the no-no door. Knife beats scientist. No! Enchantress! Behind the door are thousands of Xenoms.
I turned up the brightness so you wouldn't think I was lying.
Oh no! That guy! They plant a bomb, but Burke has to go back to set it off manually.
Get out of here! No, I gotta get back there. Gotta get closer to him. Look, you can hear them. Let's get the hell out of here!
Because the timer won't work unless he's standing next to the bomb. Does that make any sense? Okay, there's a remote detonator. Doesn't work, I get it. You have to go back for it, but there's obviously a timer on it. Finds themselves at the same orphanage we saw earlier. Except, this wasn't here before. The nun who was complicit in the experiments took the easy way out. Absolution? She gets none. Why was that worth a rolling pin? The city was evacuated for some reason. Never mind why. Let's get to looting. Oh shit, we wound up in Raccoon City!
Fuck yourself.
That was Alone in the Dark. Somebody wake up Christian Slater. If Katie Holmes can be a Gotham City district attorney, Denise Richards can play a nuclear scientist, why not? But everyone here seems to know what kind of movie they're in. Except Deacon Frost. He gives it 110.
God damn it!
His every other line is shouting military jargon over noisy shit. And he blasts Marvel movies, but after watching this, I kinda get why. Evil mad scientist, two-dimensional, corny mustache twirler. His motives are murky, his death is anticlimactic, yet hilarious. It also feels like a not-too-subtle ripoff of Aliens. Lots of screen time is devoted to watching red shirts die, and even more of them being stalked. You have zero investment in these characters, so there's no tension. Just kill them and move on with it. God, this movie looks cheap. The effects were dated when it came out in 2005, and the editing and camera work is just plain sloppy. This movie would feel right at home alongside Sharknado and other sci-fi classics, but it's less entertaining. The Asylum at least tends to have a tongue-in-cheek approach. This movie's trying to bite its lip. For a movie called Alone in the Dark, you'd expect a lot of darkness. Fair. But they don't really make the dark scary or tense. There's very little happening and so little visible it gets boring quick. I've seen better acting in porn. Badly written, this movie takes itself too seriously. Other than the lead character's name, the story has nothing to do with the video game. I feel like it started as a standalone story, and they half-assed shoehorned in the IP. Horrible cliched dialogue, which is sometimes tough to hear. Sometimes the music or background sound is too loud, but it's actually doing you a favor. It also slows down during some pointless scenes and shots that go on for too long or add nothing. Sure, the game had some awkward camera angles at times, but I get the feeling Uwe Boll was not aware of that.
So goodbye and goodbye Hollywood.
Any combat is ruined by terrible editing and gimmickry. Those muzzle flashes ain't fooling anyone. The original game gave me chills. This movie gave me a migraine. Alone in the Dark is 1B. This movie is horrible. It even has one of the worst movie posters. I mean, what the hell is that supposed to be? It's not even bad enough to be so bad it's good. It's just really trying to be something and it just fails. The original game is still kind of creepy, but it hasn't quite aged as well. But given that it's like 30 years ago, that's understandable. This movie didn't age well the day it came out. Thank you so much for watching and tolerating my fake background. Like, subscribe, comment, the bell, you know, the usual YouTube stuff. This is theNewBee, and I'll see you later, kids. Toodles!
Fuck yourself.